You think anxiety is just worrying a lot, right? Wrong. Imagine this, your heart is pounding, your chest is tight, your brain is screaming danger, danger, but all you're doing is sitting on your couch scrolling through your phone. That's not normal worrying. That's anxiety, and it's not nearly as simple as most people think. Today, we're going to break down the most common misconceptions about anxiety, understand what your brain is actually doing, and why your body reacts as if you're running from a tiger when you're really just preparing for an online meeting. Section 1, Debunking the Myths. Misconception number 1, anxiety is just excessive worrying. No, anxiety is not an upgraded version of worrying. Worrying is when you think, will I make this deadline? Anxiety is when your brain produces a full disaster movie. You miss the deadline, get fired, lose your house, and end up fighting raccoons for pizza crusts in the park, all from one unanswered email. The crucial difference, worry is a reaction. You worry about something specific. When the problem is solved, the worry disappears. Anxiety is a state. It doesn't need a specific reason. It can show up when you're watching a movie, when you've just finished your work, or even when everything is fine. Scientists at Yale University have shown that anxiety activates different brain regions than normal worry. It's not just in your prefrontal cortex where you think logically, but also fires red alerts from your amygdala, your brain's primitive fear center. This isn't weakness. This isn't overthinking. This is your brain operating in a completely different mode. Section 2, what your brain is doing. Think of your brain like an extremely sensitive alarm system. For most people, this system works like a doorbell. Someone rings, you check, you decide whether to open the door. But for people with anxiety, this system is like a faulty burglar alarm. Wind blows through the window, alarm. Tree shadow moves, danger. Cat walks by, red code, emergency. The neurological mechanism in your brain. There's a small almond-shaped structure called the amygdala. This is your survival alarm button. It evolved over millions of years to keep our ancestors alive when facing saber-toothed tigers. The problem is, the amygdala can't tell the difference between a real tiger and an email from your boss. When the amygdala detects danger, or thinks there's danger, it sends an SOS signal to the hypothalamus. This region activates your sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight system. And this is where things get crazy. Your brain releases a massive amount of cortisol and adrenaline. These two chemicals are designed to help you run or fight. Heart rate increases to pump blood to your muscles. Breathing accelerates to load oxygen. Digestion stops because who eats while running from a tiger? Muscles tense up ready for action. Research from the National Institute of Mental Health shows that in people with anxiety disorders, the amygdala reacts 30-40% stronger than in normal people, even to tiny stimuli. Your brain isn't broken. It's just overworking, like an overzealous bodyguard who always sees threats even when you're just going to the grocery store. Section 3, the fight or flight response. Now, let's talk about the fight or flight response, the thing you hear about all the time but no one explains properly. This isn't some vague psychological concept. This is a specific biochemical process happening in your body right now. Step 1, threat detection, real or imagined. Your amygdala detects danger. It could be an unpleasant comment online, a text message saying we need to talk from your partner, or nothing at all. Your brain just decides, let's worry today. Step 2, emergency alert. Within 0.2 seconds faster than you can even think, your hypothalamus flips the survival mode switch. Your adrenal glands pump adrenaline and cortisol into your bloodstream. These are your emergency energy chemicals. Step 3, your body becomes a fighting machine. Imagine your body like a building in fire alarm mode. Digestive system, off, no one eats while running. Immune system, pause, deal with viruses later, survival first. Logical thinking, reduced prefrontal cortex gets disconnected. Fast heartbeat on, tense muscles on, dilated pupils on to see enemies clearly. Sweating on to cool the body while running. The problem of modern times, this system is perfect if you're running from a lion. When the threat is a Zoom meeting, an unread message, or vague worry about the future, your body still reacts as if you're about to die. You can't run, you can't fight. All that emergency energy has nowhere to go. And that's why anxiety feels like being trapped, because biologically, you really are trapped in an emergency state with no way out. Research from Harvard Medical School indicates that continuous, prolonged activation of fight or flight can damage the brain, shrinking the hippocampus, the brain region responsible for memory and emotional regulation. Anxiety isn't just uncomfortable. If left untreated, it actually changes your brain structure. Section 4, normal anxiety vs. anxiety disorder. The big question, how do I know if I have normal anxiety or it's crossed into a disorder? This is the line millions of people are standing on, not knowing which side they are on. What normal anxiety looks like. You have an important presentation on Monday. Starting Sunday afternoon, you feel a bit worried. Heart beats a little faster. You check your slides one last time. Sleep isn't great. But Monday morning, you still wake up, still go to work, still get things done. After the presentation is over, the worried feeling disappears. What anxiety disorder looks like. The presentation is still on Monday. But starting Wednesday the week before, your brain begins screening disaster movies. What if I stutter? What if I get asked a question I don't know? What if everyone thinks I'm stupid? What if my boss is disappointed and fires me? What if I lose my job, lose my house, become homeless? You can't sleep, you can't eat. You think about calling in suddenly sick to avoid going. Your heart pounds continuously as if you just ran a marathon, while you're just lying in bed. According to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, DSM-5, the Bible of psychology, anxiety disorder is diagnosed when anxiety occurs frequently most days for at least 6 months. Difficult to control, you can't just turn it off despite trying. Causes impact work, studies, or relationships are seriously affected, accompanied by at least 3 of 6 symptoms: restlessness, feeling on edge, easily fatigued, difficulty concentrating, mind going blank, irritability, muscle tension, sleep disturbance. Here's the most important truth. Normal anxiety is when your brain reacts to a real threat and stops when the threat disappears. Anxiety disorder is when your brain creates threats that don't exist and never stops even when everything is safe. This isn't weakness. This is your brain stuck in continuous alarm mode, and it's completely treatable. Section 5, Physical Symptoms. Here's what many people don't realize. Anxiety isn't just in your head, it's throughout your entire body. Listen to what real people describe. Like someone is sitting on my chest. I'm breathing but no air is coming in. Constant stomach pain. The doctor says I'm healthy, but I feel nauseous every morning. Tingling hands and feet like ants crawling. Heart racing. I thought I was having a stroke. List of physical symptoms of anxiety. Cardiovascular system. Rapid heartbeat or palpitations. Chest pain or tightness. Dizziness, feeling faint. Respiratory system. Fast, shallow breathing. Feeling of suffocation. Chest tightness when breathing deeply. Digestive system, nausea, diarrhea, or constipation, irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. Nervous system, cold sweats, trembling hands and feet, numbness in fingertips, tension, headaches. Muscular system, stiff shoulders and neck, chronic back pain, teeth grinding, bruxism. A study at Johns Hopkins showed that over 60% of patients who came in for unexplained physical symptoms were actually suffering from anxiety, but no one realized it. Many people get heart exams, lung exams, stomach exams for months before discovering the real problem lies in psychology. Your body isn't lying. It's responding to signals from your brain, but those signals might be wrong. Section 6, Types of Anxiety Disorders. Anxiety isn't one size fits all. There are different types, each with unique characteristics. 1. Generalized anxiety disorder, GAD, worrying about everything all the time. Work, health, family, the future. Even tiny things. Your brain is like a threat scanner that never turns off. Signature symptom, what if, is the dominant phrase in your head. 2. Social anxiety disorder, high-intensity fear when having to interact with others. Not just a bit shy, but feeling like you're about to die when you have to make a phone call, meet strangers, or eat in front of others. 48% of young Americans report these symptoms mainly from social media pressure. 3. Panic disorder, panic attacks appear suddenly, without warning. Heart pounding like it's going to explode. Can't breathe, feeling like you're dying. Last 10-30 minutes, what's worse? After the first attack, you start fearing the next one, then you live in fear of fear itself. 4. Separation anxiety, not just in children. Adults can have it too. Fear of losing loved ones or being unable to contact them. Calling 10 times a day, panicking when they don't answer. 5. Other types, anxiety from medical conditions. Anxiety from medications or stimulants. Specific phobias, fear of heights, flying, needles. Common thread, all are treatable. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, medication, or a combination of both have proven effectiveness. So remember this, anxiety isn't just in your head. It's a real biological response, measurable, explainable. Your brain isn't broken. It's just overworking to protect you even when there's nothing to fear. Understanding what anxiety is the first step to managing it. If you recognize yourself in this video, comment me too below. You're not alone. In the next video, we'll talk about practical tools to control anxiety every day. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.